I think tackling anxiety about kind of, because there is ultimately, when there is pressure involved when you're kind of in front of a big audience. There's pressures involved in different aspects of it. If you're at home virtual broadcasting, which was hugely prevalent during 2020 when we were all at home. But I think for being on a stage, for me it was about taking control of the situation and knowing that I've earned, I've worked my way, I've grinded my way to this position. I've kind of earned my stripes. I feel like I'm here because I've warranted being here, and believing in myself that I'm capable of doing whatever's put in my way, or what is, whatever I have to deliver, I can do it well, and entertain ultimately at the core of it. That helped me through. Not to say that I don't get nervous, of course, you still do for certain things, particularly around new ventures. There's something new that I'm, as a new kind of production of some sort, or there's new people. You want to make sure you do the best job you can and be part of the team and be a team player. And I think that you want to always do the best job you can. My name is Adam Savage. I am an esports host, as well as I do a multitude of things from producing to podcasting and all sorts as well. And even game consultancy. It's a new one that I've added recently too. Yeah. But I have been in the industry now, in the gaming world, for around 15 years, give or take. Starting out as a presenter at a video gaming network, doing different formats and different shows, magazine shows and kind of apps-based shows. And eventually evolved into working more in the esports scene, starting at the likes of Halo Championships and Call of Duty XP and these kind of esports events that kind of in their infancy, to now bigger events where I've hosted stages of 12,500 and big arenas around the world, which has been really, really cool. So it's been a great journey. It continues to go onwards and upwards as the industry grows, and it's been fascinating as well. It's been really, really good. It takes a lot of belief to perform in front of 12,000 people. I think that you have to believe in yourself and what you're capable of doing, really. I think experience over the years has been really integral to that. I think if you, I think back to when I first started being a host in any capacity, there'll be a bit of anxiety, butterflies in the stomach, and thinking, can I deliver the goods and do this competently? Can I entertain the audience? Remember the lines and the beats of the show and timings and such? And naturally, as time goes on, experience makes you feel more confident and at ease with the situation. You start to develop the ways you do things, techniques to do things, breathing techniques and projections. You don't wreck. You speak from your chest and not your throat. These little things, which seem kind of really small, but in the grand scheme of things, have a massive impact on how you perform across a few days of an esports event. But that side, I think it takes a lot of work, being able to connect with people, interviewing players, interviewing, kind of those broadcast talent team that are part of shows as well as it takes a lot of hype. You've got to bring the energy. You can't mess around. Everyone's got to get off their seats, and you've got to breathe. You've got to channel that energy to people watching at home, as well as making sure everyone in the arena feels comfortable and is enjoying the day as well. The facilities have actually been outstanding here at Confetti. I arrived earlier on today. I was ushered in. The team were very kind and welcomed me in. I was offered coffee straight away and water, and I was signing posters. It felt like as someone who's coming to Confetti for the first time, it felt very welcoming, which I think is really important. When I saw the facilities as well, Jin and the rest of the team made me feel very welcome, and I felt like the students were eager to learn, eager to listen, but everything was seamless technologically. I brought my laptop, I brought my notes, my presentation. I did a PowerPoint, which is massive. I rarely do PowerPoints for anybody, but Confetti were lucky. They got one. And it was all seamless. I never felt like I needed to do anything or find anything. It was all there for me. But I think visually everything was great, and I wish I had the same kind of facilities when I was growing up and kind of learned about esports, because it's a great foundation to begin something like this, because you learn so much and see so much, and it's like everyone is enjoying esports, which it's hard to find sometimes, but everyone's got the same kind of frame of mind and the same kind of outlook, which is really nice. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here at Confetti Industry Week. Everyone's been incredibly welcoming. The facilities have been amazing. I haven't wanted for anything. Every time I've needed for something, someone's been helpful enough with a smile to guide me in the right direction. And the students have been amazing. They asked loads of great questions. Made me feel like they wanted me to be there, wanted me to be asked and answer questions too, and learn about this incredible industry that continues to grow year on year, day on day even at this point. And good to see that the next producers, next kind of competition managers, player managers, hosts of tomorrow are as eager as they are as I've seen here in the team. The biggest piece of advice I would offer anybody wanting to get into esports would be to really concentrate on your skill set and what makes you happy more than anything else. If you're doing a job that you're not enjoying, it makes it very hard to want to keep going to do that job and learn more about it. Once you find that role that you want to get into, I think networking is hugely important. Over the years, I've been very lucky to grow a network of different talent, and both behind and in front of the camera, which has helped me hugely in a freelance economy, where ultimately there's some contractual work, there's obviously some freelance opportunities as well. But having people that you can trust and you can rely on as well is really important. And I've been very lucky that I've had a group of people that I could always kind of talk to or bounce ideas off of as well as I'm moving forward. And proactivity as well, kind of part and parcel of networking. You need to be proactive about the way that you try and find opportunities as well. Experience has been absolutely everything over the years for me, and I've learned that experience from being on the job, from doing this work. And the more you can work, the more you can learn, the more you can grow, the more you can find ways to engage with an audience. And that comes from both behind as well and in front of, as I said, because behind the camera, you're trying to channel the energy of the broadcast talent and make a production, make a show that we want to come back to time and time again. They feel welcome, they feel part of like a family almost. So networking and proactivity and enjoying what you do sounds simple, but those basics, that foundation is, I think, really important to being successful in this esports industry. I would recommend that someone study esports, as it's a world that is got so many different facets to it, and it's ever evolving as well. So if you're studying esports, you can study so many different parts of it, to the point where when you enter the industry trying to find the work in competitive gaming, because let's not forget the core of this as well of esports is gaming. Gaming is something that we've kind of all massively engaged with. It's a way that brings people together from a social aspect, as well as it has from a competitive entertainment standpoint as well. Competitive gaming continues to grow, one of the few mediums that year on year builds and builds and builds, and there's all these new opportunities as well for students and for the kind of like the teams of tomorrow to find those new roles as well. I think studying esports is a great opportunity to learn about a business that is growing and will continue to for years to come. For the finance we've seen, like in the last 24 hours, we've seen a competition announced with a $45 million prize pool. We're talking enormous amounts of money, and both players and opportunity for employees of tournament organisers and of publishers as well to put these shows together. Not to mention the broadcast talent as well, like myself on the broadcast, bringing this show to homes too. It's a great opportunity to learn about a world that is going to surpass mainstream television, surpass mainstream media, and is going to be the next generation's way that they are captivated by gaming-focused entertainment. I think it's great that Nottingham has a dedicated esports, I guess, course and place like Confetti, because I remember coming here when I was younger. A friend of mine studied in Nottingham, and I remember being in the city and enjoying the city while my friend was at university. To come back here all these years later, the first time in a long time, and to see that it's one of the regions, one of the places, cities in the country which is really celebrating competitive gaming and esports. It's brilliant. I kind of feel home here anyway. I haven't been here before, but the fact that it's now got what it has here, confetti-wise. It's a great thing for new students as well. It opens up the doors to people who want to come and visit Nottingham, but also want to study a course which is so on the button for so many young people today. Esports is filled with social media, content creation. It's filled with gaming, as mentioned. It's filled with pop culture. It encapsulates all that, and I think that Nottingham being kind of like a shining light in all of that too is really strong for the city, and it's a great message for young people of today as well. As much as I love Nottingham, London is my city, and I've been a huge ambassador of London for a long time now, because I lived there for 13 years. I spent a big part of my life there when I first met my wife. We had 2 children in London, and here we are today. It means a lot to me, and my career began when I got to London. I mentioned in my talk here that my first job was with a company called Jinx TV, which was in Shepherd's Bush, which happened to be where I moved to, not knowing the two would cross paths, but it was great to walk to work each day and learn so much about the media industry, the gaming world, and television as well. And Shepherd's Bush, and I eventually moved to Docklands into East London. I spent so much time going back and forth in the city, spending so much time in and around it, in the centre of it, in the theatre district, and going outwards, to the kind of the new part of the city by the waterfront. And it's an ever-growing city, and there's so much happening there culturally. It's diverse. It's full of different entertainment mediums. It's got a real heartbeat to it, and I think the fact that it's going to become, kind of a new stomping ground for esports and the entertainment industry as such, and Confetti and things, is really exciting, because Nottingham puts it on the map, but this will make a real splash when it hits London, because, as I said, it's the capital city of England. It's one that I'm always going to champion it, and of course I'd be there. Of course, I'd make sure to be there. I wouldn't miss it for a second. I don't live too far away now, but I know that if there's anything that's going to bring me back to London, it's definitely going to be that.